the two barriers that we're going to be actually looking into tonight. But in any case, you want to pull this conversation towards you and have this conversation make a difference for you, okay? All right, so the second part of the assignment was to stand in the possibility you created at the last session and take a bold and audacious action that brings that possibility to the area of life in which your integrity has been out. So if you completed that part of the assignment, please raise your hand to acknowledge that. Okay, I got that. If you did not complete that, please raise your hand to acknowledge that. Okay, great, I got it. So same coaching. You actually want to pull this conversation towards you, see what stopped you from actually doing that part of the assignment. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to give you an opportunity to share. What bold and unreasonable action did you take? And what results did you produce? So what bold and Juan, come on up. Hello, Juan.
Okay, I had on my list to rekindle with old friends in grade school.
Mm-hmm. And this was an integrity?
Yeah.
So this is something you had, so was it a broken promise or agreement? Or a promise or agreement that you've not kept?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Which,
to yourself?
To myself and to some old friends, I'd say, I'm going to come and see you.
Got it, okay.
And what kept me from doing that is that I created a story that I was not as successful as they were. It was a competition with me and my friends from grade school and high school.
Yeah.
And they all went on and graduated college, and this particular one got his doctorate, and he's the vice president of the college in Florida. And I didn't even finish college. And so we were best friends, and I always thought that he would think that I was a loser. I created that story. And I created that story with a lot of old friends from grade school. And I had, I'm 42 now, 25 years has passed since high school. And I left high school and I never looked back. I never went to go see my friends again. I never visited them because I'm like, I was a bartender in New Orleans. I was just kind of living my life. I had a great time. Living this powerful life, but I always thought they would think I was a loser. So, having kids and being married.
So what was the bold and unreasonable action that you took?
Took my wife and kids.
Thank you for letting me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, great.
So I took my wife and kids to Jacksonville, Florida, to see my best friend from 3rd grade, 5th through high school.
Wow. And what
this
happened?
past weekend.
And what happened? What's now possible for you in your life?
That he had never thought of that in me, that I was this loser who didn't finish college. He didn't think that I was any less of a person. He still cared for me as a friend just as much now as he did before.
And did you guys actually have that conversation?
No, I didn't tell him that. I didn't say, I've always thought that I created the story. I didn't do that. But through our conversations, it was like, it just picked up from the last time we left it off.
And what was present? So there was something that was present. What was present in your relationship? What was it like for you, Juan?
Well, it was what I was present to at the time was that we still had this great relationship. What I was present to also was that the story that I created for myself and how it held me back.
Speak up.
And how it held me back from visiting a lot of my friends from school, how I created a story. So what I was present to was that, and that did not exist.
And so you were present to like that, you could see it in your other relationships. And what was that like for you? When you saw that, what became possible? What became possible when you saw that?
What became possible for me out of that was to be fully self-expressed and that it's okay to be who I am. And I was felt, just fully self-expressed, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and not just. You were fully self-expressed.
Yeah. And I am who I am, and that's great. People are going to accept me for who I am.
Yeah. what was it like being with your friend?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I didn't realize how much I've actually forgotten from high school. 25 years ago, he was right there present with a lot of stories I forgot completely all about. That bothered me. But it was great. It's great for our kids. It was wild. He has a little girl and a little boy just like me, and they're a lot alike, and it was just really amazing weekend.
Yeah, I totally get it, and I know, and actually what you created was powerful relationships, being in the seminar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to acknowledge you for actually honoring your commitment and being bigger than those conversations from the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great for you, isn't it?
It is. It's not just with him, it's with other relationships that I have with friends, because I have gotten so just into my world of family.
All right, and so now what are the actions that you're taking to actually cause that relatedness, powerful relationship, and all those other relationships? Do you have some actions that you're taking?
Taking action and reaching out and saying I want to hang out with you.
Okay, great. How many people a week are you reaching out to?
I don't know, at least a couple, too, a week. Some in town in Chattanooga, where I live, and then some are out of town. And that's the thing, is that a lot of my friends are just all over, and we say, yeah, we're going to see each other sometime, and yeah, we can do that, but it's been 7 years, and so I said, we're driving down right now.
That's great. Change sheets.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
Okay, Juan, so I have a request
Okay.
that you actually make a promise to yourself how many people you're going to reach out to a week until you've completed, until you've reached out to every one of them.
Okay.
How many?
2.
Okay, great. 2 a week until there's relatedness and powerful relationship with each and every one of them. Okay, good.
That'd be great.
All right, great. Good work.
Thank you.
Okay, well, so I now want to let someone share from the other part of the assignment. Okay, all right. One more person can share. What bold and unreasonable action did you take, and what results did you produce? Hassani. What's that?
I have a question.
You just have a question? Oh, well, we're not taking questions now.
I'm not sure what you're going to take.
There's no questions now.
There's something you asked about the assignment. Clear.
Okay, we're good. Okay, Hassani.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm thinking on how can I make this sweet, straight to the point without giving a whole lot of details.
Okay, great. Well, so here's the question. Here we go. What bold and unreasonable action did you take?
I reached out to an old friend of mine, basically to restore my integrity.
Okay.
A few months ago, it was a business venture she introduced to me. She and her brother was working on it, and I gave her word that I will support, but she wanted me to join the business, and I just wanted to support from a client point of view. Didn't know how to tell her that. And so I was like, oh, I'll get back to you, and I never did. So she's on my list, and I called her, and I said that, I apologize for not keeping my word about yada, 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 whatever. And she said, oh, no, that's fine, my brother wasn't ready anyway to launch his business, and we just, all that just went out the window. Then I shared with her my experience of enrolling to the Landmark Forum, what I got from it. I shared with her my father, the experience my father and I had, and how I called him up, and I don't want to go into that story, but I just shared with her what I got from it and how I felt that it would be great for her to enroll into the seminar as well. So I promised her that I will look up and see if it's in her area, which it was in D.C. And I gave my word that I would send her the information, and she was very much interested. So that was good. I felt good about that. So that was one part of it. The other part was I shared with her, just in conversation, what I do and how I actually had experience a week ago. Okay, real quick experience. A client of mine I had wrote business for a couple of years ago. Family protection, husband had passed away. So I received a phone call from her to help with the claim, and of course I was very apologetic. And I felt good at the same time because I had to go back and forth with that couple a couple of times. The husband did not want coverage at all.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to.
Okay, great. What was the result that you produced?
The result that I produced was I was able to help a friend as well, protect her and her family. Because after sharing, got into what I do, and she was like, oh my gosh, I need some family protection. So I was able to help the family. She became a client.
And you actually have a promise to yourself to what?
Share.
With how many people? What, remember that? And your business?
To share with everyone that I come in contact with.
But you had a promise set for 30
families. Yeah, she was one of the 30 families.
Yeah, to actually, why don't you tell people what that promise is?
My promise was that I would help 30 families, sharing as far as what I do, protecting families, and just the information. Even if they don't have, the money to afford protection, at least they know going forward how to protect themselves.
So you promised to reach out to 30 people.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you actually shared yourself as a result you produced.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's a result? Sharing yourself is a result. So you produced that result. You produced a result of you fulfilled all your other commitments.
Definitely.
And you got a new customer.
Three and referrals.
And what?
Referrals.
And referrals, yeah. It's really great. By actually getting out in communication.
Out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, really great, Sonny, thank you.